who can hit, defend, and pitch, it's got to be bringing him a lot of attention. And, certainly the minors have that reputation of sometimes having a friendly, wacky sideshow feel. I have to think this is bringing a lot of tickets and fans into the ballpark.
Definitely. I mean, look, pretty much any day you go to the ballpark, you're going to see this guy. Might be on the mound, might be in the lineup, depending on when you have tickets. But this guy is always going to be doing something. I mean, I think it goes back to guys like Babe Ruth, who were probably the most memorable baseball player of all time, and he was a two-way guy.
Yeah.
And that notion of a guy who can hit home runs and play defense and win games on the mound, everybody loves to see that.
An agent needs to check in from time to time to make sure his client is happy with his situation. A savvy agent will engender confidence in his client, confidence that he has a world of possibilities at his fingertips. But the measure of a good agent is how well he can turn these possibilities into actuality.
We've got Jenny Finch with us today, and Jenny, we've talked before about this guy being a two-way player and what that means. What are some of the challenges that come along with being a two-way player that only two-way players experience?
Well, you got to go above and beyond. And, players dedicate their time, but when you're a two-way player, you got to come out early. You have to stay late. You have to figure out a way to get your bullpens in and to get the ground ball work that you need in and offensively, right? And so it's a lot on your plate, but you've been juggling it your entire life. And you love every aspect of the game, and you want to be able to contribute to your team offensively, defensively, and on the mound. And it's a sacrifice, and not that many people have been able to achieve it. But when you do it, I love seeing that all-around athlete, that all-around player that's in it in every aspect of the game.
Minor League Baseball is live and on the air on the show. Tonight, Game 2 of this 3-game weekend series between the San Antonio Missions and the Northwest Arkansas Naturals. It's baseball, it's the show, and it comes your way next.
Your Northwest Arkansas Naturals.
Jace Vines, a right-hander from the state of Texas, is the man on the mound here. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, how good has this guy been up to this point? In a day and age where guys and teams are scoring lots of runs, to have an ERA sub-2, that's a...
And now, Fernando Jr., and you can see great numbers over the past few games.
Fernando Jr.
Here we go. Come on, big guy, stay on him. Hey, stay hot now. Hey, stay hot now. Hey, let it fly.
He's ready. Here's the first pitch. A swing and a ground ball to third. Only play will be to first as we'll see our first run score here as this is a 1-0 ball game.
Really good team at bat right there, right? Just put the ball in play.
So next to bat will be Blake Perkins. Last night was a good one for him as he turned in a 4-for-5 effort. On the ground to short. This could be two. Fielded cleanly. To second for one. On to first. Not in time as the umpire was right there to make the call. So stepping in is Nick Prato. The base knock to the outfield could score the tying run from second. Softly hit to short. And the throw is not going to be in time as he's able to reach base safely.
Now's a good time for your pitcher to take a deep breath. He still has the lead, although it probably doesn't feel like it, so he can't worry about how he got into this mess. He just has to figure out how to get out of it.
And now here is Fernando Jr. 0 for 1 here in the early going.
Jr.
Here we go. Come on.
First offering. Line drive, base hit down the line. And now it'll kick around in the corner. 1 run scores. Here's a second runner around third. He will score as they pile on. It's now a 6-0 game. And a wide throw as this one gets by him at the bag.
You know who's the happiest man in the building right now? His starting pitcher. He's got a big old smile on his face. He knows he has a 6-run lead here in the early going to work with. You can't let that take away your edge, though.
Next to dig in, Jim Hernandez, runner in scoring position with 2 gone.
Hernandez.
Getting a few steps off a second there. Now the pitch. Swinging a looper to left. Left fielder coming in. He can't get there as it falls in. And the rout is officially underway. It is 7-0.
When you're up by 7 runs any time in a game, let alone this early, it feels awfully good. They are hitting on all cylinders here, but they have to be careful not to let off the gas pedal now.
Next up, Blake Perkins. 2s all over the place. 2 on, 2 out, and of course, here in inning number 2. Hit on the ground to short. And the inning will end as they're unable to cash in with 2 outs. So it's no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left stranded. We played 2 full. The Missions lead it 7-0. New inning set to get underway, and coming forward now is the shortstop, Fernando Jr.
This is when you got to get selfish. You cannot get complacent or overconfident right here. These days don't happen often. When you got your foot on the accelerator and the entire offense is feeling pretty good, get greedy and keep getting knocks and putting pressure on the defense.
Hey, let's go, big fella.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Now a ball hit in the air to straightaway left. This is carrying well. Out of here. A solo shot here to left. 4th home run for him on the season as they've pushed this lead up to 9 now.
This is the first home run of the game, but the bats are definitely alive for both teams tonight. There have been a ton of hits already. These pitchers might want to duck and cover if things continue this way.
So now to the plate, Fernando Jr. He's already got 4 RBIs in this one.
And that home run he hit his last time up, he isn't going to forget about anytime soon. He absolutely destroyed a fastball.
Hey, let's go.
And I really don't know how you swing at that. He must have had his mind up he was going to swing as soon as the ball came out of the pitcher's hand.
Oh, and he gets a hold of this one as it's in the air to deep left. Does he have another one? He does. It's another home run. A solo shot here to left, his 2nd of the game as they just continue to pour it on here. Certainly a tape measure shot there as we take a look at it with our show track technology. 111 miles an hour was the exit velocity, so it comes as no surprise that it carried as far as it did. Ready to go for the last half of the inning, and here comes the first baseman, Nick Prado.
The first baseman, Nick.
Here comes the 1-2. Slow roller out to short. Reined in. And the off-balance throw will be too late, so a good effort that time, but it's an infield single.
I know that has to be frustrating from a pitcher's standpoint, but nice execution, nice hustle. Bottom line, nice hustle. Pitcher's still 1 good pitch away from getting it done.
Fernando Jr. coming to the plate again as we look back at his 2 home runs in the game so far. The most recent back in the 6th inning.
Hey, now, here we go.
Here's the first pitch to him. Lays off 1-0.
He's already walked 2 in this inning already. This guy just can't seem to find the strike zone.
Hey, be patient. Stay back. Get your pitch. Let's go.
Swung on and missed. 1-1. Runners at the corners, 2 men out.
Hey, let her fly. Let her fly.
Well, they'll run this one in on him, and he can't connect, so he finds himself down 1-2 now.
Come on now, big dog. Get your pitch.
Swing, and he rockets this one down the left field line. And this is turning ugly now as this ball's down for extra bases. And the runner scores from third as they extend their lead. And he'll pull into second with his 4th hit of the ball game. So here is Jim Hernandez. On the night, he's 2 for 4 with a pair of singles.
Right here. Hernandez.
Looking to minimize the damage here. Swinging a soft liner, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. So it's 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and a couple of men left. On now to the bottom of inning number 7. San Antonio's out in front, 11-0. To the plate now is the designated hitter, Brady McConnell, a hit in 2 tries so far. Prado at second, Rivera at first, 1 gone. Now a ball grounded to short. This could be 2. Scooped up. 1 there. On to first. It's a double play as their woes continue. The inning is over. This one pretty well in the bag. We've played 8 full. The Missions lead it 11-0. Stepping in next, Corey Davidson, a hit in 2 official trips to the plate to this point in the ballgame. A runner at first with no outs here. And this is on the ground to first, could be 2. To second for 1. On to first, and that's the very last thing they needed at this point in the ballgame, as there are quickly 2 away now.
That's one of the hardest double plays to turn right there because of the difficult throw the first baseman has to make. No problem this time, though, and they get the 2 outs they were looking for. This was just a nice win for these guys. They did most of their damage in that big second inning and did what they had to the rest of the way to secure this win.
11-0, the final shutout total in this one. The San Antonio Missions jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Ryan Weathers earns the win, his 2nd. Jace Vines allowed 7 earned runs to cross the plate in the losing effort. Elliot Ashbeck takes the rare 3-inning save, his 1st of the year. So that'll just about do it. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plezak, and our entire